Hi students, this is a very short video on pharmacology calculation which is very important because there will be one question which comes in calculation which carries 5 to 7 marks. So you can easily score this mark by a simple calculation. So all the sums are mostly logical and very simple. So the first topic here is percentage solutions and calculations. So before starting, please take a paper and pen and you can work out along with me. So all these sums, when you work out, you are ready for the exams. So the first calculation is calculate the quantity of sodium chloride required for 200 ml of 0.9% sodium. So whenever they say percentage, it indicates 0.9 gram of sodium in 100 ml of solution. Remember, whenever it is percentage, you know 1 by 100. Yes, so it is 0.9 divided by 100. So 100 ml, there is 0.9 percentage of sodium. So 200 ml, if you go straight away, if you understand the concept, you can go and multiply it by 2. So 100 ml 0.9 percentage, so 200 ml 0.9 into 2, so 1.8 gram of sodium is needed. Or you can go according to the formula here, like 0.9 has 100 ml, so 0.9 divided by 100 is equal to x by 200. So if you keep x in one side and move all the numbers to the other side, 0.9 into 200 divided by 100, so you get the same answer. Or you can go logically that 100 ml contains 0.9%, whereas 200 ml contains 0.9 into 2. Got it? So the answer is 1.8 gram of sodium is needed to prepare 200 ml of normal saline. And the next question is calculate the quantity of salt to be added in 4 liters of water to make a solution of normal saline. Read the question properly, like twice or thrice, so that you can understand the question first. Here they did not give how much sodium, instead they gave normal saline. So a normal saline has 0.9 gram of sodium per 100 ml. So it is the same, 0.9 percentage is present in the normal saline. So for making 4 liters of normal saline, 0.9 into 4000 ml. So you are converting the liters into ml, that is 4 liter is equal to 4000, and each 100 ml has 0.9. So 0.9 into 4000 ml, that is 18 grams of salt is required to make 4 liters of normal saline. So there is a calculation here I have given for you to work out now using the same example. Calculate the quantity of salt to be added in 3 liter of water to make normal saline. Okay, you can work out in your notebook and check whether you are able to understand the concept. So normal saline has 0.9 percentage, that is percentage represents 0.9 per 100 ml. So for 4000 ml, 0.9 into 4000, that is 18 grams. So sometimes they may ask half normal saline. So to make the solution of half normal saline, what you do? Half normal saline contains 0.45 gram of sodium. So they did not ask so far a question like this, but of course we can predict anything. So if instead of normal saline, if they ask half normal saline, remember you have to multiply, instead of 0.9 you have to multiply it by 0.45 because it is half. So you have to cut 0.9 divided by 2, that is 0.45. Okay, if it's confusing, you just straight away look at this calculation and do it. Okay, don't go for half normal saline. Okay, the next question is what is the percentage of sodium chloride in a solution that contains 25 milligram of sodium chloride in 50 ml of solution. So here they have given the amount of sodium in a solution and they are asking how much percentage. So you know, to calculate percentage, what you have to do? You have to multiply it by 100. So calculating percentage is a simple thing. What you have to do is you have to multiply it by 100. So here what we will do, 25 milligram divided by 50, that is 25 is to 50. 25 milligram of sodium in 50 ml of solution. So 25 divided by 50 into 100, that is 50% of sodium chloride is present in this solution. Got it? The next question. Penicillin is supplied in dry powder in a vial containing 10 lakh units. So this is asked in your question papers. Penicillin is supplied in dry powder in a vial containing 10 lakh units. Prepare solution containing 2 lakh units per ml. So you have to prepare a solution with this dry powder so that you get 1 ml is equal to 2 lakh units. So if you understand this concept easily, you can divide 10 with 2 and you can write it as 5 ml, or we can go according to the formula here. Here we need to prepare solution containing 2 lakh units per ml. Okay, so here 2 is to 1, that is the percentage here. So 2 lakh units in 1 ml. So one side we will keep 2 is to 1. On the other side we have 10 lakh units, but you don't know how much ml you are going to dilute with. So that x you need to find out. So you keep on your right side 2 is to 1 and on the left side 10 is to x. So if you keep the x in one side and bring the 10 here, that is 10 into 1 divided by 2. Okay, so 2 by 1 is equal to 10 by x. So you will get 10 into 1 divided by 2, that is 5 ml. So if you dilute 5 ml of distilled water in this dry powder, what happens? 1 ml becomes 2 lakh units. So in this question, if they twist and ask, if they are asking you to prepare 1 lakh unit per ml, so what you do? You have to dilute with 10 ml of distilled water with 10 lakh of units, so that you get 1 ml 1 lakh units. Okay, so here if you go with the formula, 2 lakh in 1 ml you will keep in one side and 10 lakh in x ml, and you will keep x in one side and you move all the other things to the other side. So the 5 ml is the answer. The next question here is, a solution contains 40,000 units of penicillin in 1 ml. So this penicillin question also asked in your previous question paper. A solution contains 40,000 units of penicillin in 1 ml. So 1 ml is equal to 40,000 units. So you can keep it like the percentage first, like that is 40,000 is to 1. How much solution should be drawn for a dose of 2 lakh units? So here 2 lakh is to x. You have to keep it on the other hand. Same like the previous calculation. So 40,000 divided by 1 is equal to 2 lakh divided by x. So when you keep x in one side, so what happens? 2 lakh into 1 divided by 40,000, that is 5 ml. So if you want to administer 2 lakh units, you have to take 5 ml of penicillin so that you can exactly administer 2 lakh units. Straight away you can divide the 2 lakh divided by 40,000, you get 5 ml also. Okay, a solution contains 20,000 units of penicillin in 1 ml. How much solution should be drawn for a dose of 4 lakh units? So you can do a calculation with this sum and check your answer whether you are able to find the answer or not. So take your notebook and write down the question what I have given as a homework. A solution contains 20,000 units in 1 ml. So how much solution should be drawn for a dose of 4 lakh units? So what you do? You have to do it like 20,000 divided by 4 lakh divided by 20,000, or you can put the formula same like above and you can get the answer. The next question, this is also asked in your previous question paper. How much of insulin in ml would you take if 32 units of insulin is required? Okay, so here the question is regarding the insulin. So you all know that insulin vial has 40 units in one vial. 40 units in 1 ml, so 40:1, that is 40 divided by 1 is equal to, the amount we need is 32 units. So for 32 units, how much insulin you will take? So 32:x, that is 32 divided by x. So you can, in your notebook you can write 40 divided by 1 is equal to 32 divided by x. So keep the x in one side, bring the other things to one side. So you will get 32 into 1 divided by 40. So the answer in ml, it is 0.8 ml of insulin should be taken. So here there are two things you should remember. The ml or the amount of insulin you take from the vial is 0.8 ml. But when you take in an insulin syringe, so you have to take 8 divisions. Okay, so you have to give both the answers so that you will get a full marks, because sometimes the key may have 0.8 ml or sometimes the answer key may have 8 divisions in the insulin syringe. So it's a very simple thing. You put it in this ratio, 40 divided by 1 and 32 divided by x, so that x is equal to 32 into 1 divided by 40. So you will get 0.8 ml of insulin will be taken, and when you take in a insulin syringe, you will take 8 divisions of insulin to give 32 units of insulin. So here there is a homework, you can do it in your notebook. How much of insulin in ml would you take if 20 units of insulin is required? So try it same like this. Every insulin vial has U is equal to 40 units, that is 40 units per ml, and we need 20 units to administer the patient. So how many divisions you take and how much ml you take? Check your answer by doing this. The next question is, a patient requires 12 units of plain insulin and 32 units of lenti-insulin. So here the concept is the same, but you have to calculate twice because they have asked for 2 insulins, plain and lenti. Okay, so plain insulin also the ratio is U 40 units in 1 ml, and the lenti-insulin also the same strength, that is 40 units in 1 ml. So the same formula here, 40:1 is equal to 12 divided by x, because plain insulin we need 12. So if you keep the x and bring all the other things to the other side, you will get 12 into 1, or if you want to calculate with insulin syringe division, you can keep 40:10 is equal to 12:x. So either you can do it in the first method, or if you directly want insulin syringe how much division you will take, you can put the second one. So both the ways, 12 into 1 divided by 40, that is 0.3 ml, or you can say 120 divided by 40, that is 3 divisions. Okay, I have put both the methods so that you will know, you will get the answer of divisions in the syringe as well as ml. Okay, here in the other side, lenti-insulin, they have asked for 32 units. It is the same because last calculation we did with the same, that is 0.8 ml, that is 8 divisions you will take. Hope you understood the percentage solution. The next topic is preparation of diluted solution from concentrated solution. So this is also an important aspect where there are plenty of questions asked in your previous question papers. Preparation of diluted solution from a concentrated solution. There is a formula here you will apply, that is A is equal to D by H into Q. So you remember this formula when they are asking for a dilution. Okay, so you remember this, A is equal to D by H into Q. So what is A? Amount of stock solution needed for preparation. D is desired strength. H is strength in hand, that is Q, quantity of solution to be prepared. So when we see some questions, you will easily understand. H is the strength what you have available in your ward or in your hospital. D is desired strength or the prescribed strength. Amount is stock solution amount, and Q is quantity of solution you need to be prepared. So A is equal to D by H into Q. You remember whenever they ask for a dilution related questions. Here there is a question, find the amount of 10% sodium chloride required to make 5000 ml of 2% solution. So remember, you have first thing what you have to do when you have the calculation like this, you should understand what is A, what is D, what is H and what is Q. Here they asked for 2% solution, so that is the desired strength, that is D. Yes, the strength in hand is 10% sodium chloride. The quantity required is 5000 ml. So you have 10% sodium chloride and you need to make 2% of 5000 ml. So H is 2%, D is 2%, H is 10%, quantity is 5000 ml. So you just apply it in the formula, A is equal to D by H into Q, and you will get the answer 1000 ml. So 1000 ml of 10% solution, you have to find the amount of water to be added to 200 ml of 1 in 50 solution to make it 1% solution. So in this we have 1 in 50 as strength in hand, that is 1 by 50, and amount, that is A, is equal to 200 ml, and the desired strength D is 1%, that is 1 by 100. So what is the Q we need to find out here? So in this calculation you have to read so that you can understand what is needed. So they have given amount of water to be added, so the A is equal to 200. Strength in hand is 1 in 50 solution, that is 1 by 50, and you have to make 1% solution, that is desired strength, that is 1 by 100. So substitute this things in the formula, A is equal to D by H into Q, and find the answer. And the next question here, a stock solution of 1 in 1000 potassium permanganate is given to make 5 pints of 1 in 5000 Conti solution, that is potassium permanganate solution. So the stock solution, that is A is equal to, stock solution is 1 in 1000, that is strength in hand is 1 in 1000. So strength what we have as a stock is 1 in 1000, that is 1 by 1000. H is equal to 1 by 1000, and we need to make 5 pints, that is quantity is equal to 5 pints. 1 pint is 1000 ml, so 5 pints is 5000 ml. And what is the desired strength is 1 in 5000, that is 1 by 5000. So A is equal to D by H into Q. So what is D is 1 by 5000 and H is 1 by 1000 into Q is 5000. So apply the formula and you will. So this is the question they have asked in your question paper. Prepare 100 ml of a 1 in 5000 solution of acriflavine from a 1 in 400 stock solution. Remember, stock solution is H. So H is 1 by 400. Okay, you have to prepare 100 ml of solution. So that is quantity is 100 ml. And the desired strength what you want to prepare is 1 in 5000. That is 1 by 5000 acriflavine. So apply this values in A is equal to D by H into Q. So how will you do it? A is equal to D is 1 by 5000 divided by 1 by 400. So this 400 goes up. Yes, into quantity is 100 ml. Calculate and you will find the answer in your book. This was one repeated question from your question paper. The next is alcohol dilutions. So there are some alcohol dilutions and the percentages which has been asked in your previous question papers. So here the physician orders 500 ml of 38% alcohol. How much 95% alcohol is required? Alcohol is always 95%. It means 95% of ethanol and 5% of water. So this is a general concepts, 95% alcohol always present there. Okay, and the formula what you are going to apply is the same. A is equal to D by H into Q. Here no need to convert it into divided by because everything is percentage, so you can directly apply in the formula, which is more easier way. Physician order 500 ml of 38% alcohol. So the quantity is 500 ml. 38% is the desired strength. What you have in hand is 95%, that is H. Remember, H is for hand, D is for desired. Okay, A is equal to 38 by 95 into 500 is equal to 200. So what is this? 200 ml of alcohol you will take, 95% alcohol, and you will dilute it with 300 ml of water, so that you will get 500 ml of 38% of alcohol. Remember it? So you have to write it like this. We need to take 200 ml of alcohol and dilute it till 500 ml with the waters to make 38% of alcohol. So we'll see one more sum here. Prepare 200 ml of solution of ammonia containing 4% weight of ammonia. Okay, 4% weight of ammonia, and you have to prepare 200 ml of solution. The strength or the strong solution what you have is 32% of ammonia. Okay, so the strength in hand is 32%, that is H is 32%. The ammonia what you need to prepare the strength, that is desired strength, is 4%. The quantity how much you are going to prepare is 200 ml. So A is equal to 4 by 32 into 200. Here the ammonia is weight, so your answer has to be not ml, it has to be grams. Okay, here the question is how much weight, so the answer should be in grams. So A is equal to 25 grams. So there is no dilution here because it's the weight they are asking. The next one is flow rate calculation, which is a very important one clinically as well as in your exams. You all know that how to calculate the flow rate. The formula for calculating the flow rate is the amount of volume or the amount of liquid divided by total time into drop factor is equal to flow rate. So the flow rate is equal to the volume divided by minutes, that is time, into drop factor. So what is drop factor? Is drops per ml of solution. So it is usually written in the tubing packets or it will be given in your calculation. If it is not given, you can keep like 10 to 20 GTT, that is usually in the calculations you can keep it like 15 drops per minute. If it is not given in the question, you can consider drop factor as 15 GTT per ml if it is a normal set. If it is a micro drop set like pediatric patients, they will not ask you in the exams, you have to consider it as 60 drop per ml, that is 60 GTT per ml. Okay, so I don't want to confuse you by explaining too much. The flow rate formula is total amount of fluid divided by total time into drop factor. So keep the drop factor. Sometimes some people they will do it with 20 drops per minute, or some people they do it with 15 drops per minute. So it is better to keep it 15. In some questions they will give it in the bracket like this: a physician ordered 1000 ml of 5% dextrose to be infused over 8 hours. So in this calculation they have given the drop factor is 15. Calculate number of drops per minute. So drops per minute is nothing but the flow rate. So here what is the amount of fluid is 1000 ml. So 1000 ml divided by the time for running is 8 hours. So 8 hours is, you have to convert it into minutes. So 8 into 60 and into what is the drop factor is 15. So you will get the answer of 31.25. You can round off or you can write as it is, 31 drops per minute. Okay. So this is another calculation. Calculate the flow rate of 3 liter of normal saline to be given over 8 hours. So the amount of fluid prescribed here is 3 liter. Okay. Whatever the IV fluid is, don't worry, because 3 liter is, that is 3000 ml. You have to convert it into ml. The time given is 8 hours. So 8 into 60. The drop factor is not given, so but we will assume it as 15 GTT per ml, and the flow rate is equal to total amount divided by total time into drop, that is amount is 3000 divided by 8 into 60, that is 480 into 15 is equal to 93.75 GTT per minute. Okay, that is 94 drops per minute. You have to set it in the IV tubings. So I tried my best to do max here because I am not very good in explaining max. Okay, this is a new experience for me. Hope you understood. If not, just do all the sums in your pharmacology book, Uday Kumar. I am sure that all the questions what has been asked before is from that book. Okay, so that there are few sums which I left it there. You can do it and find the answer. So I am sure that you will get the marks for the calculation. Thank you so much and all the best.